Hey guys, LightningSpirit78 here, and welcome to another episode of Team Fortress Tuesday. This week we are playing Man vs. Machine on Big Rock, the Broken Parts mission. One of the hardest, if not the hardest, normal mission of MVM in the game, excluding Wave 666, which is a special holiday mission. And today, I am joined by...
SuperMetroidman101, who got immediately owned by a soldier.
Yeah, I kinda did too.
Because I kind of forgot I had Uber canteens.
And we are also joined, well, more so in the game, by our Steam friends MIA, Bulldog, and Modius. So they are good. They are good MVM players. We wanted them here to help us play.
Right, I'm just doing terrible today.
Good work.
I mean, why didn't you take the teleporter, Lightning? Do you?
There was a teleporter. Yeah, that would have worked.
Does Pyro need exercise?
Maybe.
Is he the heavy
Maybe.
weapons guy?
Maybe. And
Anyway.
as far as classes go, right now I am using the Phlogostinator for the Pyro.
The Phlogistinator, actually?
Not
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I really don't.
the Flare Gun and the Homewrecker. And today's video is probably going to be more of a tips and tricks video for Man vs. Machine, more so the harder missions. Because I know there are a lot of people out there that really hate the harder missions of MVM and don't want to play them because they don't know what to do or can't find the right people to play with, or sometimes you just can't find a good team and you just don't know what to do. So, we've had a lot of practice with the MVM in the past, so...
Looks at lights. How many tours? 21, guys. She doesn't play this often.
Not much.
I'm being completely sarcastic. 21 tours. That 21 times 3 is a number that I'm too lazy to count. 33. Wait, what? Am I retarded? Oh my god.
21 times 3 is 33. You heard it here first, folks.
This is why I don't like math. Cause 23 times 7 is cube.
Anyway, so I guess I should probably explain why we're using the Phlogostinator, considering this is a weapon that everybody seems to find a big taboo for more reasons than...
Hold on, Lightning, I have an idea on how to describe it.
Okay.
Scrub, what are you doing? You can't air blast with that thing! That's a prime example. I'm sorry for making that voice, that probably hurt.
My ears.
It hurt me too, and I made the noise. Oh, Pyro with the crit thing.
Anyway, it's a weapon that gets pretty much almost constant crits, especially on Man vs. Machine. You just got destroyed. Whoa.
That's the thing, Lightning. Now, you may be wondering, why would we use this over regular air blast? Just wait until next round, whenever the tank comes. We will show you something.
Exactly.
Very good about this thing. I forgot the teleporter. I feel like lightning.
No, I don't feel so stupid.
Nope, you should.
Come on, go down, darn you.
Good darn. Now, Phlog.
You really decided to
Now,
turn around at that exact moment.
The oomph this thing gets, those are crits, in case you weren't not aware.
You right click.
And it completely refills your health.
Right click or press G, and it completely refills your health and gives you about, 10 seconds of crits?
About.
So it really destroys things on Man vs. Machine.
Especially, wow.
Especially.
I just realized, wait.
Sorry, done. Come here!
Well, I'm gonna get some upgrades real quick.
I don't have enough power to get through this. This is not good.
I believe in you, Lightning Spirit.
I got it.
We are not doing. What is our demo doing? I don't even know where he is. I suppose it could be a good or a bad thing. But yeah, the Phlog's crits. I know we said it a couple times now, but once it comes to the
look
tanks,
what's happening here. Whoa.
Once it comes to the tanks and the giants, these things are gonna be dead in a matter of seconds. Not the tanks, but I mean, if Lightning and I, we are both Phlog Pyros, and we both have the same setup, except for I'm not using the Homewrecker, I'm using the extinguisher. If we both have that set up, and we, there's a giant coming towards our faces, we can both pop our Uber canteens and pop our crits, and that thing will be dead in a matter of seconds.
Exactly. So I guess in between waves, well, we actually...
One that I killed because I'm Uber noob tonight, apparently.
You heard it here first. Anyway.
What he
He said
said?
he's being an uber noob tonight. You heard it here first. Anyway. But, in between ways, I guess we could probably go over some tips and tricks, mostly for loadouts and upgrades for most of the classes here. Now I've noticed a lot of people get forced to play Scout, and that's because Scout is a really prime part of every team. You need a money collector. Without money, you cannot get upgrades. Without money, you cannot get the 100% or 100% bonus at the end, which gives you an extra $100, which can sometimes make or break you.
Which can always be helpful.
But
that's an Uber canteen right there. And a little bit over.
That there Uber canteen. But no, anyway, so for the Scout, I would recommend Mad Milk with the upgrade of Slowdown. Because it heals your teammates, it slows down the robots, it's good for everyone. And of course the Fan of War, which our Scout is using right here.
Let's go.
Which basically when you hit a robot with it, it gives them 7 seconds of mini crits. Yes, they nerfed that from the 15 seconds of what it used to be. Unfortunately, so that's pretty much your basic thing for Scout. If you're having trouble getting money, run in with the Uber. Run in with the Uber. Because you are going to die. You have 125 HP. Even though you get overheal from each dollar you collect, you're going to die.
Now, it's not each dollar, it's each stack of money. So I don't think if you collect 30 bucks, you're gonna have like 30 million health. Wait, is it? Or is it actually every dollar? I thought it was like each stack of money gives you like 20 or something.
Not exactly.
Because I read that on an article. Not really an article type thing. But it was on some random thing.
Soldier's pretty basic. The main thing that you need is Buff Banner, because that'll give your entire team mini crits if you're near them.
Light, you or me on the tank?
Because I don't.
Yeah, okay. Here, I already haven't. Let me get this real quick.
Now let us demonstrate the power of the Phlog.
Courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality. Is it medic here? I think I hear it. Alright, yeah, it's here.
See how much that went down?
Whoa, Super Scout, Super Scout, Super Scout.
Does it have the bomb?
No, but I took it out.
Well,
oh,
it does
I died.
now.
Okay.
And it's dead.
I'm really not doing too hot
That's
tonight.
fine. Doesn't matter. We're doing pretty decent. I don't want to say that because then we're gonna die. But yeah, Soldier, everybody uses the Beggar's Bazooka. I choose not to just because I find the stock flamethrower to be far more accurate and a lot easier
stock
to...
flamethrower?
Stock flamethrower, yes. The stock rocket launcher to be a lot more accurate than the Beggar's Bazooka. Yes, you can fire out 11 rockets, but what's the point when most of them are going to miss? You know?
No, I mean, if there's a huge cluster of them, that could be useful.
It is, but I just prefer the stock rocket launcher. For
No, see, I like the Beggar's Bazooka, but the thing about MVM is you can use a lot of different things. Well, actually, I scratched that. There's some classes like Soli. The main weapon doesn't really matter as much for Soldier, but other classes such as let's think here. Scout, the main weapon for that doesn't really matter, but you really need Fan of War and Milk.
Exactly.
I mean, like Pyro, you can really use whatever, but Phlog is probably the most.
Yeah, pretty much every. Pretty much every class from here on out is pretty much a little bit more lenient. It's pretty much Scout that you have to use these things. The scatter gun doesn't matter as much, but most people prefer the stock scatter gun just because it's the stock scatter gun.
And that's, we already know how good that thing
Pyro,
is. But no, like, I mean, if you're engineer, it doesn't matter what you use, but I swear to God, if you use a gunslinger, I'm gonna knock on your door and punch you in the throat.
Well then, that's nice. That's a lovely image in my head right now.
Yes, lightning. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who's the Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a lot of things.
Anyway.
Whoa, the
So for
yes,
Pyro, on any map except for this, I would probably recommend either using the Phlog or the Flamethrower. The stock Flamethrower just because after the Pyromania update this year back in June, pretty much it is the strongest Flamethrower that the Pyro has. With crits, this thing does 40 damage per second. So it's far more powerful than the Phlog. It's more powerful than the Degreaser by a long shot. It's just overall a great weapon to have for the Pyro. Also, it doesn't take any penalty from air blasting like the backburner. The backburner does decent damage and it gets crits when you're behind enemies, but you have that air blast penalty. So if your team needs you to push the bomb back, you're screwed.
Exactly.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh. Whoa! What?
Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him! Go, Demo!
Flare gun, go! Yes, got it, got it! Come on, come
I
on!
can't.
Flare gun it away, flare gun
Got
it,
it.
flare gun it! Yes!
That was close.
Oh.
Also,
Super
another
Scouts
reason
have-
why Mad Milk's important for Scout. That right there.
Cause that will, cause you can buy an upgrade for that, which will slow enemies down. I am flying. I'm totally dead, or not. What it does is with the slowdown
I get
upgrade,
the
which is
giant,
only like
I
what,
get the
200
other
bucks. What other thing? Oh, that thing. Cause
Router.
what happens with the slowdown is it does obviously what the name suggests, but it can that slowdown can make or break the game. It really can.
Yeah.
If you don't have a scout with slowdown on that, you could easily lose to just a super scout.
Exactly. But yeah, for Pyro, it doesn't matter what your secondary is, really. I prefer the flare gun because, well, it gets crits
Red.
if things are on fire.
Yeah.
A lot of people prefer the scorch shot just to push things back, especially if they're using the Phlog. I'm not one of them, but eh.
Never thought about that.
And I would recommend either the Extinguisher or the Homewrecker. Extinguisher, again, gets crits upon hitting an enemy with fire. And, of course, the Homewrecker gets the, you know, it gets the
Sappers
sappers
off.
off of engineers' buildings, which will become very useful in the wave right after this. You'll see what I mean.
Oh no, don't even talk to me about that.
Anyway, for the Demo Man, it doesn't really matter, honestly. If you're up
some
against a wave with a lot, if you're up against a round that has a lot of tanks and you know it, use the what's it called? The new weapon, the loose cannon. Because if you maximize its damage and then activate crit canteens on a tank and hit them with the cannon, the cannonballs, it does a maximum of 900 damage. However, the farther away you are from the thing, the more damage you'll do. But it's really nice for a tank destroyer.
I'll try to keep your dispenser a little tighter, at least until you get to the top.
A lot of people prefer Scottish Resistance just because you can put down 14 stickies and you can lay individual traps. So, I don't know. For Demo, it's pretty lenient. Heavy, it's pretty lenient. Just, I wouldn't recommend using the Natasha or the Tomislav.
Hey, Orange, you think you can stay on top of these?
Just
supers?
because you get a damage penalty, and damage penalties in MVM are not good. So, stock minigun and brass beasts like our heavy's using are probably the prime example of what you want.
I guess from the council, they're on the
Yeah,
bottom, isn't it?
I've seen people try to use a Natasha in this because it slows
I've seen
things
it
down,
work.
but that's...
I have seen it work, but
Yeah.
it works less than it. I mean, it fails more times than it works in my personal experience.
The Tomislav...
You might be the
I've never seen
the
anyone
best
use a
Natasha
Tomislav.
heavy in Man vs. Machine, and if you are, kudos. But I can't get the thing to work. Really, it comes down to personal preference. But I mean, if you want a high rate of success, this is just what I've found to work. You don't have to take any of it seriously. I'm just sharing my knowledge with what I've found.
And your 21 tours.
Not trying.
Yes.
I like how you're trying to brag about that, and I'm not. But anyway, engineer, just don't use gunslinger, and also use the wrangler.
Okay.
Use the wrangler. If I can,
Because of the defense.
because it
Thingy.
gives your sentry extra defense. Whoa.
But I
And
mean,
you and like
you don't have
our
to, but
engineer's
it's
doing, he's selecting individual targets, and it also prevents
Mm-hmm.
it from firing while our demo man is destroying the medics. I gotta get this guy. I didn't get this guy.
Good job, Lightning. This is all
I
your
didn't
fault.
expect
We're
him to
gonna
have a medic.
lose. Actually, please, I take that back saying we're gonna lose, because I don't want to be here for 18 hours.
Got it. Another one. Get off him.
Get out of here, medic. I had to use my Uber. It was that or die.
Same. This thing is getting annoying. I need help.
Go, 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 go.
Okay, yeah,
That's another
that
good
thing
example
right
of the
there.
bad milk.
Ah!
Whoa, these things, the huntsmans with crits. This is very well where you can see your final moments of your
Yeah,
life.
if you're
flash
playing
in
this way specifically,
character's
get
life.
crit resistance. You're gonna need it.
Oh yes, that's the first thing I max out on these. And another good example of the Fan of War and Mad Monk right there. We're getting healed constantly
Yeah,
while doing
see how much health I was getting back when I was getting shot? I mean, yes, I died. That's just because of the spam that I'm up against.
the huntsmans. And there's people who would like to replace the hunt, the H letter with another letter, and I could agree with that in this wave.
Or the Luxman, which is my preferred term.
Deluxeman.
Because that thing does get
That's
blocked.
yeah. The hitbox on the
I'll let
huntsman,
you,
for those of who
I'll
don't-
let you rook them.
It's just not. Whoa! I almost just died there. I don't think that was gonna work. I'll let you go work on that tank again.
I got it.
Well, not demo. That medic rather popped his Uber. The thing about the Phlog Pyros, look at how fast these demos are going
Yeah,
down.
exactly. Look at how fast these things are going down.
Now, I'm dead, but that's...
Yeah, I feel a lot of people
ran.
argue against the whole Phlog Pyro strategy.
Yeah, in that life, I did 18,000 damage.
Yeah.
I mean, that may not be too much.
I've done more as a heavy,
It's-
but like I said, it depends.
But I mean, then again, as a Phlog Pyro, you are kind of up in there, and heavy.
Yeah,
a
and
good
you're not
strategy
going to
for that.
survive unless you
Step on that
spam
rock.
Uber canteens. Always make sure to have money for Uber. As I say that I don't have
they're
Uber.
both-
What?
Job light. They're building a sentry like right by the telly, so be careful. It's a little bit behind it, but
The
all we
only
have
reason
are
I
some...
say that is
okay.
because Pyro is the squishiest class. Scout gets a buff from things. Spy gets the cloak and or gets the dead ringer to escape. You get nothing, pretty much.
Yeah.
That along with medic. And speaking of medic, he's the next one I wanted to talk about. There's a lot of controversy in Man vs. Machine concerning the support classes, medic, spy, and sniper. I personally don't find them to be all that useful in Man vs. Machine, but I have seen each of the classes work, and it really does come down to each individual player. While I wouldn't recommend them in the least, I can see why people use them.
But the thing about all three of those is, some maps they're just not practical to use
Like
at all.
here, on this
using
map,
a sniper
on this map,
broken parts.
on this map though, on broken parts I wouldn't recommend it, but on this map, sniper could be godlike. There's so many places for you to hide.
Yeah.
Just I wouldn't recommend it on broken
True.
parts, just because you have
Yeah.
this to deal with. And keep in mind, if their weapons are glowing blue, that means we have crits to deal with.
And that's always fun, guys.
Yeah, and we take 3 times the normal damage.
Crits, a lot of people would like to say crits are completely and utterly unfair.
In this situation, I can't disagree. In this situation, I just can't disagree.
I can't either.
Got him.
Now, there's one other thing that I pray to God we don't have to show in this, and that's something that I know I hate in MVM, and that's they can put the bomb in the hole while they're Ubered,
Oh yeah,
and that can screw
which
you
might
over.
pop up here.
Great.
But anyway, as for medic, it
Oh.
doesn't really matter your primary. Use the Uber saw because you can Uber canteen yourself and get in there and get a quick Uber for your team.
Uber built up.
I'd recommend the Kritzkrieg, along with the share canteens upgrades. You can get Uber canteens and share them with your
That's very.
share them with your healing partner, I guess you could say.
Or heck, you could even use a Kritzkrieg. I mean, you could use a regular medigun and get crit canteens with the shared and
Yeah,
bam.
just use either the Kritzkrieg or the Uber. Or the medigun, the stock medigun. Honestly, I would say use the Kritzkrieg more than that, just because free crits pretty much, but I don't know. It's up to you. Like I
now-
said, I don't really prefer medic, but eh. I've also seen the vaccinator work, but not often.
The vaccinator, it's weird. I mean, it can work, but most of the time it really doesn't. The quick fix,
Exactly.
don't use it. I'm begging you. The quick fix at Gunslinger, don't use it, you're good.
Exactly.
That's what I'm thinking.
Sniper, don't use the Huntsman. It's just, well, it's the Luxman, and it does get pretty lucky shots, especially in mass mobs. You're just better getting headshots with the with one of the guns, because if you upgrade it so that it can get explosive damage, one headshot will completely wipe out an entire mass group. And that's what makes snipers so good in some aspects. Again, it depends on the individual person. I've seen a sniper with 40 tours do terrible, and I've seen a sniper that hasn't even beaten this map completely own it. So again, it depends on the individual person. So, I don't know. And finally, for spy, use the dead ringer. Just don't bother with anything else. It really doesn't matter the knife, really. Just sap and stab. Sap and stab. And upgrade your
see-
sapper, because you can really... This
Really help the
entire
team
wave
with
of
that.
scouts that comes out, a spy could just completely freeze all of them.
Oh no, this is a wave of 100 spies.
Yeah.
This, I also like to call the wave where Lightning and I, who normally play Pyro on this is our wave.
Now, if I apologize in advance, because we're going to lag a lot.
This will lag,
This
yeah.
lags
No, I mean,
lags on a normal
because
basis.
Light and I both don't have too good of
Oh,
computers.
this lags pretty much
so-
everyone I talk to, so. How many more spies? 86.
Only.
For this wave in particular, do what that heavy is doing of ours. Stand up on that rock and put the dispenser right behind him if you're an engineer. And don't move. Sometimes you will get knocked off, and well, that's impossible to avoid, really.
That's when you jump back on and keep on chugging.
Exactly. If you can get back on, that is. Sometimes you can't.
Without getting backstabbed or shot by a scout.
Yeah, these scouts have 100% crits.
Well, like everything else in this,
I should probably use my Uber. I didn't realize I was about low on health.
Oh, my spies are everywhere. Get off, Bulldog.
Spy wave.
Good point. Now, I remember when I first heard about this, and everyone said there were 150 spies. That's a lot worse than 100, because, honest to God...
there's 150 in wave 666, I think.
Yeah, there are. I think that's... Yeah, I think. These spies can... You can turn around at one point. You can tell... Oh, excuse me, let me just rephrase this. Blah, blah, blah. You can tell when the spies are coming, because you're just going to start lagging. And you're going to turn around and just see your life start flashing.
Exactly. But I think that's probably going to do it for all the information. That's pretty much all the stuff I can think of. Just get crit resistance on a usual basis. Get Uber canteens, get crit canteens, depending on your class. I would recommend Uber for certain classes, like, you know, the Pyro, more than... I would recommend Uber for the Heavy, because you can just stand up right next to a giant and just pump lead into it.
Now, see, crits also works for Heavy, and that's normally what I prefer, but...
but I just prefer to get up close and
Uber
personal.
can work a lot more, yeah.
Like, for what we're about to deal with at the end of this wave...
Yeah. Like, I would say in this round or whatever, to use crits, honestly. But... the rest of it, I would use Uber, because the boss of this, yeah. Oh, that's another thing. These actually have bosses, unlike the other ones.
Yeah, these have bosses.
And they're actually, they're okay bosses.
Which I think I did show off one of the bosses in a video from a few weeks back. In which we used a glitch that no longer exists to win.
Wait, what glitch?
Sniper Huntsman glitch. Oh, he's here.
I didn't know there was a Sniper
Don't pop the
Huntsman
Uber.
glitch.
Oh,
he popped it. Sorry, I accidentally lit him on forward.
I got one.
Our demo needs to get these. Okay, thank you, Modius.
And this is the part
where is our demo?
I don't know. I think he got shot.
Probably.
Also, don't forget to buy back in. When you're dead and you're watching everybody, press H to buy back in. Just like spam H until it lets you buy back in.
Especially if they're getting close.
Exactly.
Don't pop. Popped. And every time we say pop, we mean pop.
Oh crap, that
Uber.
thing has the infinite Uber glitch, doesn't it?
No.
No, it doesn't. Okay, we're good.
Yeah,
this
the
is
infinite
this
Uber
is the wave
glitch.
where that happens. This is that
The
wave.
infinite Uber glitch. A few months back in MVM, there was an infinite Uber glitch for humans, the players, where you could survive forever, or you could do crits forever, stuff like that. And so Valve, as a troll, put I'm not sure if this is... Well, I mean, I know the glitch exists, but I'm not sure if they actually did this trollingly or not, but I've read things that people have said they did this as a troll move.
This wave only.
In this round, yeah, the medics can get infinite Uber on those giant heavies.
And it's usually only one medic that can do that, but it completely screws your game. And the only way to get rid of them is a demo, pretty much. Which is why a demo is so important.
But at the end of this wave, there's just 2 more heavies. That should not be bad.
We got it.
Get some flare gun shots. That's what I'm gonna go for. I want a strange Phlogistinator, that way I can put robots killed on it.
Yeah,
Get out of
I
here,
don't
heavy.
have a strange Phlogistinator yet. Phlogistinator. How many names are we gonna call it in this episode?
The Phlogistinator Rockstinator. I'm gonna flare gun this last one to death, I'm telling you. What did I tell you? He may have killed it with a scattergun, but that's besides. Well, that was
Good job. Good job.
Hashtag courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality. Hashtag YOLO swag, Connie 20, please don't hurt me.
I'm going to have to.
Hashtag I'm white. Hashtag hashtags are for Twitter. Hashtag is actually a pound key.
Well then.
YOLO!
This is where things start getting real.
What wave are we on?
5.
5. Okay. This
We're
is the
getting
wave
close to
with
that wave.
wave 6. That's just fun. It's just fun. I think it's easy and completely fun. Not really. I'm lying.
64 crit soldiers, 75 steel fist heavies, and 11 medics. Now, those 11 medics don't seem like much, but my god, they just...